Hey guys, welcome back to the Flying Busters channel. This is me, Sean, just giving you guys a gameplay commentary. I haven't done one of these in a couple years, so I'll be a little rusty, but we'll see how it is. Today we'll be playing Star Wars Battlefront, and we're going to be playing on the Outer Rim DLC, which is contains the map of Jabba's Palace. So this is Jabba's Palace, and we're playing Extraction. And in this game mode, I'm running the TL-50 with cooling cell, Deoxys grenade, and the backed-up bomb. And so I think with this game, I just want to talk a little bit about my loadout. So I was using the cooling cell because the TL-50 has a really high firing rate, and then it causes the weapon to overheat really quickly. And so by using the cooling cell, you can counteract that by having an unlimited amount of firing during the time that cooling cell is active. And then one of the bad parts about cooling cell though is with the TL-50s that you can't use secondary fire, but it doesn't matter because secondary fire is for noobs anyway. So and I died anyway from Chewbacca. But yeah, I think I was trying to use the TL-50 because I wanted a gun with a high firing rate, but something that put out more damage than something like, say, a blaster pistol would. So I was running with that. And then for back-to bomb, I use that in most of my loadouts, but I was using it this time mainly to give me a little health boost. And ever since the new patch came out with the Scarif DLC, upgrading your trait card is not necessarily tied to specifically getting kills anymore. It's more on points, and so healing teammates, is one of those things that give you points. So by carrying the back to bomb and healing teammates, you can upgrade your trait card that way as well. So that's another reason why I carry it. It also just a very good utility card. It can get you in and out of tricky situations. You can heal a squad of teammates. You can heal heroes, and so that's one of the reasons why I carry that. And then finally, the Deoxys grenade. I had two reasons for really using this. One was I was trying to unlock the Deoxys 2 HUD contract, so I needed to get 15 kills with it, so I was just rocking it, trying for that. And also I realized that Deoxys is really good for area denial, so especially in a game mode like Extraction where you're trying to keep the enemy off of the point. One of the main ways to do that I found, or a really effective way to do that, is to toss Deoxys grenades right where the there's a hero pick. I want to try to pick that up, but is to throw Deoxys grenades right where the point is. And I think I was gonna pick Krennic here, and I don't do so well with him because I'm trying to learn how to use him, but you'll see it doesn't end well. But anyway, so I was using Deoxys, and it's a very useful way to keep people off a point, and so that's one of the reasons why I really like to use it. And I hadn't used it before. I wasn't a believer in Deoxys. I was mainly using like the cycle rifle or the scatter shot, the shotgun, but I found that Deoxys can be really useful in the right situation. So it's grown on me, and I kind of like it. Although one thing I don't like is that you see, look, it doesn't end well. I died so fast at Chewbacca, and I'll talk a little bit about Krennic, but yeah, Deoxys is really good for area denial and something that I hadn't paid much attention before. And so, like, if you're considering using Deoxys grenades, I highly recommend it, especially for in-game modes like Drop Zone, Droid Run, Extraction, Sabotage, anything that requires capture of a control point. So Supremacy would be a good one. There are lots of good situational uses for Deoxys, and I highly recommend it. So yeah, and what was that with Krennic? He's a really good hero. He's more of a support character. So like you saw, I tried to fight Chewbacca and I got wrecked, and so it's not a good. He's not a good person to be up front and confrontational. I kind of overextended a bit because I thought I could do more damage to Chewbacca, but he took me out, and I had I don't know, that I paid for. That was my bad. I should have stayed around my droid more, but I think I was just being too careless. But yeah, really, he's a great hero. I really like Krennic. but I think, I don't know, of the two heroes that are out, I really like Jin Urso more than Krennic, just because she fits my playstyle more. She's more of she's a really aggressive hero, and she can, I forget what it's called, but it's that melee attack. It's like the trebuchet surge or so. I forget exactly what it's called, but you can take out. It's a one shot, and if you can hit multiple people, I think, with one hit. And so I've been able to clear out rooms of stormtroopers just because of how powerful she is. And I really like the way her rifle works, and she has a very strong sonic imploder. So I mean, to me, I think she fits my playstyle better. But for someone who is more of a support player, someone who likes to sit back next to the objective and just and guard things, I think Krennic is an excellent hero for that. His droid is really powerful. The Deoxys Elite it lets out can easily take out any rebels that go inside of the Deoxys cloud. So there's that, and his other abilities really come into play in like supporting the team. So that I forget what it's called, but it's the ability that gives you 10 health. Like, it doubles everyone's health around you, and it makes your bodyguards powerful. So I mean, it's just a great support character. And I was sad that I completely wasted him in this, but luckily we had Bosk. Luckily we took out Chewbacca before. One thing I will say, I mentioned earlier with the back to bomb, you notice that it can heal heroes. It doesn't work quite the same way as it does on regular infantry. So it kind of works like how Krennic's ability works for healing heroes. So if you throw a back to bomb on a hero, they will get 10 like temporary health. So they'll still have the yellow health bar kinda, and then they'll grow like a little white health bar next to it with 10 extra health above what they have. So that's a very good way of preserving hero health. And I think one way that I think not a lot of people yet, because I mean the patch just came out, and for the longest time the back to bomb has never worked on heroes or anything really other than normal troopers. So people they don't throw it at heroes because they don't want to waste it. But I think something that people need to realize is that now the back to bomb does heal heroes, and especially when you're at a very low health as a hero, it's you tend to play. I know I do it, and I know a lot of other people do it too. When you play as a hero and you get to around 20 or 30 health, you start playing really, really conservative, and that's not always the best thing, especially if you have like a more aggressive hero like Jin or Luke or someone. But I mean, like, I don't know, you don't want to die as the hero, so you try and play really conservative. And so I think one of the ways of getting people out of that mindset is by giving them that little 10% heal. It won't help everything, but it gives them just that little bit, that little edge that might cause them to play a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more be willing more to help the team. And also just it gives you more of flexibility, I would say, as a hero, because now you don't have to say like, okay, once I get 20 health, I can't do much. And so that's another thing that I mentioned. So yeah, for this loadout, I forgot to mention I'm running the Berserker trait, and I found that the Berserker trait is a very good trait to run, especially with the TL50, because Berserker, if you don't know, it increases the damage that you output when you're not aiming, and that's perfect for the TL50, because the TL50 you can't aim in anyway. There's secondary fire, which takes away your ability to aim, and so you will never be aiming anyway, so may as well use this trait with it. And I found that in my time with it, you can rack up the kills really easily. Right here, another thing that I like about what they did with the traits, I think they did this with the last patch at the Death Star patch, was that when you're with trait 3, this is the whole trait overhaul that they did. When you're at trait level 3, it increases your ability. Oh, actually, it doesn't increase it. You have the ability to get a new power up, so you can get cooldown refresh, you can get thermal imploders, you can get blast cannons, which I seem to always get, disruptor rifle. So like all those things from a regular pickup that you would normally get. And I really like that ability. You know, it lets you, you know, you don't have to run bounty hunter to get that anymore, and it lets you be more flexible and pick a trait that really fits your playstyle. And I think that for me, you know, Berserkers is a really good trait. I really like Sharpshooter. So Sharpshooter is kind of the opposite of Berserker. So instead of getting more damage when you're not aiming in Sharpshooter, you get more damage when you do aim in. And like whenever I use guns like the Relby or the E11, like the normal Stormtrooper rifle, like I feel that that fits my playstyle as well. But you know, I think that especially within game modes and within within this game, really, I think that one of the things that can lead to success is not only you know, a certain playstyle, but I think the way to do well is just really experimenting with their loadouts. So I feel like, you know, we can get really hard lined and tend to use only one loadout. Okay, you know, the 11 works, you know, this trait always works. You know, I always used to play exclusively with Scout, and then I realized that there was so much more of the game that I was missing, that when I was only using Scout, and I never realized that until I was experimenting. And so there's that, you know, always play the objective, you know, try and do your best to guard the shipman in this case, or that's what I'm trying to do, or I'm trying to cut off the routes that the rebels are taking. And so and this is a good place too for placing down blast cannons, because you can get two of the major entrances that the rebels are taking on. Unfortunately, I take a rocket directly to my face, but had he not had a rocket, I likely would have survived that, but that's my fault. Aside from that, yeah, so in this, you can see how my Deoxys grenade, just throwing that, you know, it's area denial, and it's keeping them away from rushing, and I'm able to flank these guys because they don't have no idea that I'm coming, and I get that guy with the melee kill, luckily. And so that's definitely one of the things that I would say, like, you know, use your star cards and your trait cards to your advantage. You know, see what playstyle fits you the best, and then make the best of whatever situation that you have. So one of the blasters, see, like I go and heal my teammates, I try and guard the objective, and like, I really like the system that they put in, where, you know, when you go near the shipment or near the objective, you know, your cards recharge faster, and when you're near your partner, although you can't always rely on your partner, because sometimes the game either doesn't put you with one, or they're being an idiot and they don't play you. See, look at that, I got a Deoxys kill by throwing it next to the objective. And again, it's just one of the great ways of area denial. You know, you don't have to do much, you just throw it and forget it, and you can get several kills with it. And it's not just because, you know, it's anything special, it's just because of the situation, you know, where you place it, you know, trying to guard the point from being taken. And I think that's why I really like Deoxys. Is something that I'd never realized about it before. Although one thing that you do have to be careful with, I think during this time of trying to get that challenge, I killed myself with Deoxys maybe almost as many times as I killed other people with it, just because of how wide its spread is. And I think it's actually a little bit glitched, because for some reason I seem to be able to kill myself through walls and stuff. It's kind of weird, but I hope they fix that. But we'll see how it works. Anyway, so again, you know, I hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay. You know, this was my first commentary that I've done in quite a while, and I'm not really sure, you know, what direction to take the channel in, but I'm trying my best to get back into the game, playing more Star Wars Battlefront, you know, trying to see if I could live stream, you know. But, you know, aside from that, you know, I've been having a blast. You know, Scarif is really good, and I hope to bring you guys more content on that. Maybe some more Heroes versus Villains, because I really like to play Heroes versus Villains, and we'll see what we can do, you know. We'll try our best, and hopefully things work out. But anyway, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You know, we got about 10 more seconds of me playing the objective and, you know, winning the game for my team, because I'm the best player. I'm the best player on this team. That's why. But anyway, you know, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much.